Maina is a force of nature. He is a very inspiring democracy and human rights advocate who has been at this for a long time, first in his native Kenya, and then more recently with his appointment as a United Nations Special Rapporteur on the right to freedom of association and peaceful assembly.
The first part of it is that we have to understand is that human beings have the right to peaceful assembly. That's guaranteed under international law.
When my first communication with him, I was really inspired because he was really outspoken.
And this is someone who is equally at home in the corridors of power and working with ordinary citizens at the grassroots level in his native Kenya and elsewhere around the world.
There are many wrongs that happened. One of the wrongs was the election itself.
After the 2007 general election, Kenyans fought violently over who should be president. This was the country's darkest hour.
In 2008, more than 1,000 people were killed in post-election violence. Maina Kiai refused to be silent. He publicly went after the top political leaders who had instigated the violence.
He is a steadfast proponent of, again, bringing those who are guilty of perpetrating violence, especially at the more senior levels. They have to be brought to justice.
In 2010, Kenyans overwhelmingly and peacefully approved a new constitution. For Maina Kiai, this was a hard-fought and very personal victory.
This new constitution which we passed, people of Kenya are at the center and the heart of everything that is done by government. For the first time, political leaders are expressly supposed to be the servants of the people as opposed to being the masters.
He is courageous, he is bold, he is vocal.
I mean, he's really the personification of speaking truth to power. When you do that, it comes with enormous risks. And again, not just for himself and the people that work with him, but of course even family members.
Maina Kiai, a fierce, outspoken human rights lawyer, was visibly angry over what he termed an intimidating environment in Kenya today.
Early this morning, direct threats against my family.
For the second time in as many days, police officers were this morning seen at Maina Kiai's family home in Nyaribo.
We will hold him personally and criminally liable should anything happen to my family, to me, or to any other human rights defender or activists who are simply defending the Constitution and basic human rights.
Maina is a very good role model for civil societies in Eastern Africa. He can show to the world that there are people who are really concerned, and I think his special attention for civil society means a lot for the region.
Many around the world look to Maina and other UN Special Rapporteurs to really be the voice that they don't have, to bring those violations that they have suffered to light.
I'm also very concerned about the 23 people who have been arrested and still held. So I will be engaging with the government more and more, and all of us in our different areas will do what we can to keep putting pressure.
I think one of the other things that I admire very much about Maina is that through all of this, he maintains optimism. And I think that's because he has tremendous faith and hope in citizens. He's seen that. He knows what happens when you can mobilize citizens and harness that extraordinary people power. And I think that's partly what keeps him going.